What creates the most millionaires isn't stocks, isn't crypto, or even AI. It's not even real estate. It's something no one wants to talk about, but everyone needs to be using. My name's Dom Rodgers, and I'll focus on helping folks find a way to go out there and make multiple six figures. If you're looking just to make an extra 10 grand, 20 grand a year, this isn't for you. Since then, my first year at 24 years old, made over $200,000 at a really low compensation. Made my first $1 million 5 years into the business. 6 years into the business, and have helped hundreds upon hundreds go out there and make multiple six-figure incomes and some $1 million income earners, all through the sale of life insurance. Simplified issued life insurance. So the space that builds, that creates the most millionaires, but also the space that a lot of folks don't like to talk about because there is a very high failure rate, which is why I'm here and I'm doing this, so that when folks get into this industry, they know what to expect and they know the work that's required. You're probably working 40 plus hours a week, paying your bills, maybe saving a little, but nothing. Has anything changed for you? You trade time for money. And every raise just means that you're getting taxed more. You don't need another hustle. You need a skill that teaches you how to make money today and compounds with time. So I've been in this industry now for 14 years. Started when I was 24 years old. I knew nothing from nothing. I played college baseball. But one thing that I wanted 14 years ago was to take care of myself and take care of the people who I loved, which is my mom, my family at that time. At the time I had no kids. That was my real big reason of wanting to do something bigger. We've had agents go from just finished playing junior college baseball, deciding, hey, do I go play Division I, Division II, or do I start my life? And they go out there and start their life and start making $20,000, $30,000 a month. I'd say that was a good decision coming from a JUCO with your option being D2, D3. I'm not saying give up on your dreams, but if your goal is to be successful, let's just focus on that. I've also seen folks go from making, 100, 150 grand as a personal trainer. I had an agent named Zach Johnson out of Long Beach, friends forever, seen me get in the business, but decided after 10 years of being in his profession that I hit a lid. I'm making 10, 15 grand a month and I don't see myself making any more. So now we're talking. And he's been working with us part-time for 6 months, full-time for a month, but 6 months he was making more than he was full-time being the personal trainer. And the last month, he doubled what he was making over there since he freed up his time. What nobody tells you is that the highest leveraging skill you can have is sales. Not the spammy kind, not knocking on doors or cold calling strangers. I'm talking about how to close qualified leads. I have agents making $500 to $2,000 per deal with zero cap. Here's a breakdown on how the pay works and how you go from lead to money in the bank.
Let me start with what is a lead. A lead is a qualified prospect who is interested in what you are selling. Now, how does that lead generated? They're marketed on Facebook, Instagram. That's the big piece. When I started years ago, it was all direct mail, but that's antiquated. People don't do much of that anymore. So 99% of marketing is going to be done on the internet, on Meta. So the algorithm, they know what people are into. People have a baby, they get married, they're searching life insurance, they're searching cremation, burial. They're going to start to see ads for life insurance. Is there anything that you see on your algorithm that's like, oh, I'm not interested in that? No, they know what they're doing. They know exactly how to get in front of the right people. And it's not the first time that people click on it when they see it. So they see it over and over and over and over again, just like you or I. And then we decide one day, hey, I want to click on that and I want more information. I want that. So ours, they click on it. They put their first name, last name, date of birth, who their beneficiary is, how much insurance they're even looking for. And then it comes back to us. And I get a text or an email and it says, hey, Bob Jones just shot you a message and saw your video. Give him a call. Call Bob up. Hey, Bob, this is Dom. I got your request about the insurance you sent back to us, and you put your beneficiary was your wife. I'm assuming you remember doing that, right? Yes, I do. Or even, no, I don't. Great. Would you put your wife down, Mary, as your beneficiary? Yep, that's me. Great. My job is simple, to see if you qualify. Then go from there. You're going to do maybe a 20, 30-minute presentation on the phone with them. You're not going to have to sit there and create the need because the need's already there. The desire is already there. But we will have to find the why. And that's where we come in at Family First Life. We're going to teach you how to properly ask the questions, figure out why people filled this out, because it's not always so surface level. It's not always, well, I just want to take care of my family. Yeah, but why? How bad will it be if you did not? And that's where we come in. So leads are fanatical. They're great. I would never be in this business without leads, but leads without proper training, you're never going to get to the money. Okay. So we're going to teach you how to call the leads. We're going to teach you how to present. We're going to teach you how to get all there. But then once you do that, okay, now you're in the great position to help a client. You're in a phenomenal position to place them with one of our 15 to 20 carriers that we work with. You're going to get paid by what the client is paying per year. Okay. So we got the lead. We got the generation of the lead. We got how they're seeing it. We got how we get to us. And we're going to train you on how to get in front of them once you call them. Now let's talk about how you get paid. Okay. So I just helped Mary out or Bob out. He's paying $85 a month. Okay. We take $85 a month times 12. That's the annual premium. All right. You may see things out there say AP. So now you know what annual premium is. Now you get paid based on that. Our starting compensation is 80%. So if we take 80%, okay, of 85 times 12, which is about 1,000, okay, that's $800. Now the insurance companies are going to advance you, the agent, 75% upfront. So 75% of 800, boom, gets deposited into your bank account 2 days after you wrote in the policy. So if you write it on a Monday, you're paid on Wednesday. Write it on a Tuesday, you're paid on Thursday, so on and so forth. You should be getting deposits 6 days a week in insurance because it's possible. When I started 10 years or 15 years ago, we got paid once a week, once every other, there's different carriers, but every carrier pays every single day. So you take that, $85, send it to the carrier, they get approved, they pay you the advance after 75% of 800. Okay. You can do that all over again. You can write 3 in a day. You can write 4 in a day. You can write 4 in a month. But what I know is the folks who really take this thing by charge are the ones who do it full time, 10 policies a week plus 40 families a month, $40,000 a month after the advance, 75% advance. Chargebacks, there's variables in our business. Be clear. This business, I'm not going to go into everything about it, but I tell you what, high volume, all the downs in this business, you're going to be okay. And we're going to teach you how to ride the high waves and not stay on the low end of the sales spectrum, because chargebacks, entrepreneurship, all that's a big reason why people get out of this business. All right. But we're going to teach you how to generate it. We're going to teach you how to keep it on the books. We're going to teach you how to have a quality business, but that's how you get paid. All right. Annualized premium times monthly times 12 in times 0.75, boom, in the bank. And our commissions go from 80% up to 145%. So you can be writing the same policy at an 80, right? Then write it at 100. You're going to get paid 20 points more. All right. In the same policy, I've been in this industry 14 years. Imagine you're not at 80 no more. You're at a 120, 130, 140. It doesn't suck. So starting comp is way higher than other places. Other places I started at like a 50, 55. It was ridiculous, but I was still making money. So at an 80, 90 plus, I know you can. So that's how we get that. That's the breakdown. That is the system. That is how we work this thing and get paid. The cost of leads will range. There's leads that are 50 cents, $1, $2, $3, and there's leads that are 10, 15, 20 bucks, 30 bucks. That's going to be all dependent on your budget. Okay. And really what you're willing to invest. Because at the end of the day, I started with not a ton of money, but I was gritty. I wanted to work my butt off. So I bought a lot of the $2, $3 leads and I worked my butt off and I invested everything back in. So you got to know that, yes, you will be investing. You will invest what you can, and we will go through a lead strategy with you to figure out what would be the best fit for you. All right. But you can't come in scared. You can't come in scarce. But I guess you could be scared. Just don't be scarce. All right. But what I mean by that is use your funds wisely. You're investing into you. Okay. That's what this business is about. So there's leads that are, like I said, $1, $3, $4, $10, $15, $20. We're going to work with you as soon as you make more money. We're going to show you how to invest back in, because lead flow is cash flow.
And this is the system that took me from I don't know what I was going to do after playing college baseball to absolutely unequivocally knowing what I was going to be doing for the rest of my life. If you're done trading hours for dollars and want to see exactly how this may work in your favor, there's a free strategy call linked below. No fluff, no sales pitch, just a straight breakdown of how you can start replacing your 9-to-5 income with high ticket commissions. Click the link below, pick a time, and let's build your future.